Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Umbraze, here to talk a little bit more about Princess Connect. I haven't done a ton of content because I'm still I'm still feeling like I'm catching up. Obviously, I've only been playing this game for, roughly about a month, and was not really aware of the Japanese side, and I haven't been super aware of all the stuff on the Japanese side, although I have been trying to learn a little bit more about the game and what's coming in the future, because I actually do have a JP side account now, so that's pretty cool. So been trying that out, but thank you for the the vocals there. All right, so we're here to talk about some brand new news on the for the global side version, and obviously there's a thing that I've been seeing a lot of people sound off on, and I wanted to sound off on it too, so heck, I'm just going to make my own video about it. All right, so first, what's coming up? We have an Ayane banner. Now, honestly, I think that in terms of this character, 2 stars are never worth breaking the bank, and for me, they are never worth summoning for, because you will get them eventually no matter what. So I am not particularly worried about this. What is notable is I do believe that Ayane will be sharing her banner with Saren, who is a really good 3-star and one that is supposedly like really long-term value, and maybe even longer-term value based on what we're reading a little bit later. But yeah, Saren is an interesting one that I think a lot of people might be tempted to pull on, and to be fair, great character. I think that you can get a lot of use from her. I think that she is good, but is she worth spending all your resources? I would still say no. I'm not going to be going on this banner either. I'm just going to be chilling and relaxing and not worrying too much about it, and that's about it. So that's what I think about that. Now, as for the campaign, the thank you login bonus, 800,000 stamina per day, 300 stamina per day, and 10 gacha tickets per day for a total of 10 days is pretty darn awesome. Thank you very much to the guys over at Crunchyroll / I guess we have to thank Cygames too, because they're working in partner, right? Yeah, this is really nice. I don't know if this is replacing the 10 pulls that we were supposedly getting, but this is very generous. That's not a small amount of stamina to just give out. And in terms of the mana and the extra 100 summons is pretty nice. And you can just save that, use it whenever you want. If you've been kicking around about 30,000, that pretty much puts you at a guaranteed pity on any banner of your choice. So that's wonderful. Awesome. All right. Continuing on, Clan Battle will be coming back. Clan Battle number 2. I don't think that there's really much to say. Clan battles, fight with your clan, log in every day, do as much damage as you can, and work as a team. I enjoyed the first clan battle. I don't think I ever really made a video talking about it too much, but for my first experience, it's more of the PvP I like, where you're not essentially fighting against other players' characters, but you're kind of working towards a goal as a group, and I really enjoyed the first one, and I look forward to the second one. Then main quest, normal quest, will get a double drop campaign, which this last one was really good, and this is probably just going to be a really nice way of being able to get a lot of the 8 tier, the rank 8 equipment, and potentially, finishing up any 7 rank equipment. But either way, these are I really enjoyed the last one, and it just so happens to coincide with the clan battle thing, so a good time to spend energy. Maybe that's how they're getting us. All right, next up, Hard Quest, a double drop campaign from the 15th to the 19th, so a little bit more time if you're lucky to potentially get some more shards for the characters that you are farming. I have been farming quite a few of them lately, also to improve my player rank, so this is a good chance to just incentivize people to spend more there. All right, and new furniture will be added. This I am actually always really, really excited about. Low-key, one of my favorite things in Princess Connect is the guild house, essentially. I really, 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 really love the guild house. I don't know why I'm getting a message. That was just... But I really love decorating this thing, and I really love designing stuff around it. You know, it's a little Stardew Valley, it's a little bit Animal Crossing, and I just really like having this little part just to come in and play around with every so often. So some new stuff coming in is particularly exciting, and I just can't wait. Also, there's a cherry blossom tree. Hell yeah. All right. An expansion update on the 15th of March. Player cap will be getting increased. Rank 8 equipment slot 5 will now be equipable, and which probably means that that's when a lot of characters are going to be able to be upgraded. For a lot of characters right now, rank 7 equip 6 is the best option for them, but I think with 5 equipment slots, it should be pretty close to being just better, I would imagine. But keep an eye out for tier lists to just keep an eye on that. And main quest area 10, good, more stuff to do just like that. All right, now we get to the real meat of this video, which is addressing the gacha banner schedule. And this is something that I think is super important. So yeah, they're going to be extending the duration of each banner and adding a small gap in between each banner as well. And this has obviously caused a little bit of a stir in the community because, well, this is like many of these games where a Japanese version has come first and the global version comes later. There is the benefit of every global player having foresight, basically being able to know what's coming in the future, what characters are really good, what characters are almost essential to do really well in certain modes and whatnot. And honestly, here's the thing. I don't feel the need that the global server should have to catch up with the Taiwan or the Japanese server. I don't think that's feasible, reasonable, or possible for the most part. So I think that it is just something that should be killed dead at the beginning of this conversation. However, with that being said, I don't like the slower schedule at all for one specific reason. Right now, there are things in the future that we know are coming that are much better, specifically Princess Fest, which is a festival that has higher summon rates, it has more key characters, and everything like that. And at this point, slowing down the schedule and keeping that stuff further out to potentially match summer characters to the summer season or the Halloween season or anything like that, I don't care about that. If anything, the thing I would prefer, because I've heard a lot of people go one way or the other. Hey, we should be doing a slower schedule because it's good for free-to-players and it reduces the amount of stress on players to try and have to keep up with everything. It also means that, there's more time to save between banners and everything like that. Okay, I've seen people who say that, hey, guess what? We should be moving faster. We should be trying to catch up to stuff. And I'm actually in a slightly different position, and I'm probably sure that somebody else has suggested this at some point, but what I want to advocate for is the idea of faster schedule to a point. Because at this point, we know there are certain characters coming in the future. We know that Princess Fest exists. We know that there are limited characters. It would be nice if we could skip by some of the initial part of the gacha, because that is, to me, a little bit of the more boring stuff. There's always the excitement spike when the new game comes out and you're playing and you have lots of things to do and you're getting used to the characters and everything like that. But after that, I feel that there's always that little bit of a lull where, before they start introducing some of the more main stuff, before they start getting into just more of the main things, and especially the, kind of more notable characters, that time period is just not super interesting right now, and I don't think that slowing down the current banner schedule or anything like that is good, because right now most of the players know that they just don't want to go on any of this. They know that we already have an idea of what characters we like. We already have an idea of what characters we probably need to get. We already know a lot of the stuff that's coming in the future and all of that. Like, personally, I'm excited for Luna Tower and all of that kind of stuff, and Six Stars and all of this, and it's just a long ways away already, and the idea of it getting any longer. So, I'd prefer it more if there was a speed up schedule till we get to, I don't know, more along the lines of the 1 year in, where there's just more stuff and more maps to farm and more characters to get used to at kind of an accelerated pace, and then we slow down. And I don't even want to really advocate for the idea that we should be going slower than the previous schedule, because, too slow and you're just kind of having a content drought. And even if you are keeping some people, relatively generally happy, I feel like you're kind of missing out on just having a little bit of the stuff. Because, like, right now, it doesn't take that much time to do most of the stuff you need to do in Princess Connect per day, and then just kind of log out and come back tomorrow, and then start doing your stuff tomorrow, and then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I really don't think that we need to be going slower. I would advocate more that we go a little bit faster to catch up to and start getting into some of the more interesting stuff, and potentially allow newer players to catch up faster in terms of player ranks and whatnot. So because we know there's a ton of content in the future. Playing the JP side right now, one of the things that I have become incredibly aware of is just how hard it feels, how difficult it feels to catch up. Because player rank to this point really feels like the limiting factor in a lot of my experience on the JP side, where it's just like, I have all these incredibly powerful characters now, and constantly there's just things that are gating me because I cannot get enough levels fast enough. I don't know, give players a way of way faster getting player ranks if you really are worried about there being too much content for newer players to get in. I think that's totally reasonable. And taking a look at where we should be going forward, once we get into that more interesting stuff, kind of lay off, just go a little bit slower. Not necessarily slower, but this feels unnecessary to have an extra gap between banners. It also leads a period of just kind of blandness. I don't think you should ever have, in games like this, not have a specific interesting banner up. I feel that's maybe a little bit too much. Maybe they have a little bit better of a reason, but I would really want Crunchyroll to not slow down. Unless there is a specific development reason or there's something going on that we're just not aware of, I would really, really like it if we just kept going. But that is just my opinion, and I'm curious what your opinion is, whether you believe that we should be slowing this down or not. Either way, thank you very much for the 100 summons from Crunchyroll/Cygames, and I look forward. I mean, really, I really look forward to just more stuff for the Guildhouse. I love Guildhouse so much. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and take care. See you next time.